It could be worse. Even if it could be worse, pointing that out isn't gonna make things better. And that's all I gotta say on that. Like, what? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. As always, I appreciate you, especially if you're a returning guest. Thank you for making your way back. And if you're new, please make sure you subscribe so you know when I have new content coming up. I just want this video to be as unemotional as possible. I don't think I need to cry. I think things are actually looking up from where it was before. If you guys remember my video about depression, I got into things that I was going through at the time and kind of chronicling my year and discussing issues that I was having with a lot of things. I don't think that this is new for anyone who knows me. I have issues with socializing in big group settings, but I also have issues with some of the one-on-one relationships that I have with people, and I want to get into detail about that, kind of teach others about what it's like to have social anxiety through my experience. I know every person is different. Summer Walker has discussed having social anxiety, and I think that her level of anxiety is very similar to mine. However, I don't have to be on stage, I don't have to really perform, and even just making videos for my channel, I have to do so in an environment that's just very calm and conducive for me. I can't give myself too much chaos, otherwise I get overwhelmed very easily. And speaking of which, I actually switched my environment to suppress a lot of the anxiety that I felt building up in my last place with sharing space with strangers. As nice as they were and as sweet as everyone around me was, I think one of the things with my social anxiety is creating scenarios in my head that things will go wrong and starting to take on the emotions of others that have absolutely nothing to do with me. I.e., if someone's having a bad day, then I think I may be the cause of that bad day, and then now I have a bad day. So I'm in a new space, and I'm really happy that I took the time to find a space that would be very conducive to the energy that I wanted to build and bring into my life right now, which is just calmness, serenity, cleanliness, just anything that really allows me to be me, and I'm not compromising any bit of myself for anyone. At the same time, I really want to make some comfort food, because this is what I'm doing every time I feel my anxiety build. I'm taking the time to give myself all the self-care that I need, whether it's a longer shower, whether it's just doing my makeup for the fun of it, or in most cases eating. So I'm going to make some vegan ramen. I'm also going to go through some of the responses I got on Instagram when I asked my audience what are some uncomfortable questions or inappropriate statements that people have made towards your depression or anxiety, because I get a lot of them. I get a hell of a lot of them. So yeah, I'm going to share some of those responses here, because some of them were actually really surprising, and then others weren't surprising at all, which was triggering, because then I know I'm not the only one going through it. Social anxiety, by my definition, is really anytime I feel my anxiety building up if I have to be in a social environment. And that could be with my friends, with people I just met, or anywhere where there's just a lot of energy and I can't really control my energy among that energy. Energy is such a touchy topic for me, because I know that I'm very sensitive to it. And as I've been getting older, deeper into my spirituality, and just understanding myself more, it's very difficult for me to block negative energy from me. If there's just 1 ounce of negativity in the room, it does penetrate, and it ends up really disrupting my peace. I end up internalizing everything and telling myself that I'm either just being too sensitive, or I am overreacting, or I am just taking things a lot deeper than it is, and then I end up not addressing my actual social anxiety, thus making it worse. I'm hoping to get to a space where I acknowledge that yes, I am experiencing anxiety when I'm hanging around certain types of environments, and I can avoid those environments while welcoming different environments that are better for me and my energy. Oh my gosh, that was so hard. I also think sometimes people are very solution oriented, so they think, oh, you have social anxiety, cool, I won't invite you to social events. But that's not it. That's certainly not it. But it's kind of hard to discuss that with people if in the back of their minds they're just thinking, well, social anxiety means boring. Social anxiety means isolated. Social anxiety means you can't have fun. And trying to dispel that stigma is really difficult. I struggle with telling my own family and my own friends, like, hey, this is why I'm not really around to do this, or this is why I'm not really interested in doing this or that. This is just really hard to talk about. You know what? Let's make food. All right, so my water's boiling, but I'm gonna read the first response to my question. You have so much to be thankful for. Why are you depressed? My family has said this to me plenty of times before, where it's like they remind me of everything that I have going on, everything that I have pretty much just going for myself, and why that's enough of a reason to not be depressed. Depression is like a weight on you in the water. You're constantly gonna keep sinking until those weights get relieved. I think it's rude to even assume that someone is not acknowledging their gratitude as to why they're depressed. If anything, they're acknowledging everything that they are grateful for, and it's making them even more depressed because they can't shake the damn depression. Next one, when you don't want to have kids and people insist that you will in the future. This is what raises my anxiety, actually. This causes me to not participate in a lot of conversations where it is about kids or the future in general. I have friends who have kids, and they get into these spaces of being very comfortable talking about family and their goals that are oriented around families, but then I get uncomfortable because I can't necessarily have those same conversations. It's not that I don't want kids, but that's not my focus. I think that it's something that whenever I experience it, I kind of just shy away from it. I just don't talk about definitive things like that. Why is that the next thing? Why is that what we have to talk about right now? All right, next one. But you're a therapist, can't you fix yourself? I don't even know how someone gets off saying this. Clearly, being a therapist does not constitute you fixing your own issues, depression, anxiety, anything. Yes, you'll probably have a deeper understanding of it, but that doesn't mean that you'll be able to necessarily fix yourself. It's kind of condescending, I think, for someone to say, all right, well, you're a therapist, so you can figure it out. It's just rude. Having someone else give you a perspective that you can't give yourself because it's yourself, it's your own problem, is everything. So whenever you hear that, I really hope that you just let the person know very kindly. If it were that simple, it would be done. Next, just be happy, just get over it, just move on. Guys, really? That's your advice? Thank you so much. I will definitely just do that. No. I think that whenever someone says that, like I said earlier, people want to be so solution oriented. If you're depressed, just be happy. If you have social anxiety, just be by yourself. If you have this issue, here's your solution, and it's not a valuable solution. It's actually just a quick fix that doesn't fix anything. Telling me to just be happy is basically telling me to just ignore it. Telling me to just move on is basically telling me to stop crying, stop going through my feelings, stop sorting and healing. Just basically cut it out. And it's toxic. You should never say that to someone that's dealing with something, even if it seems like nothing to you. Next, it could be worse. Even if it could be worse, pointing that out isn't gonna make things better. And that's all I gotta say on that. Like, what? Next, but there's so many things in life to be happy about. Yes, I have a lot to be happy about. My health is good. My family is great. My friends are supportive. I get to take my work wherever I need to go, and I can afford to travel the world. But life is still going life. There are gonna be days where I am just sad for hours on end. There are gonna be times where I am just fed up and angry with the same people who are great in my life, who I love, who I care about. Like, there's just more to life than just being happy. Sometimes life is about that struggle, because that's when you start to become more grateful. And then even after you're grateful is when you really start to learn. I just want to learn. Like, I'm put on this earth to learn. I'm not really put on this earth to be happy all the time. I'm convinced. And don't let anyone make you feel like happiness is the ultimate goal, because to me, it really isn't. There's way more to life than just being happy all the time. But I'm depressed, so maybe you shouldn't take advice from me. Here is our final product. Yup, added some pesto, seasonings, Cajun pepper, And I'm ready. Bon appetit, baby. Alright, so I'm ready to eat. Try it out, see if it's actually good. I mean, it looks pretty freaking bomb if I do say so myself. But I've always been big on presentation, so let's see if I can back it up, make sure that it tastes as good as it looks. Okay. I was not expecting that. All right, one second. Oh, this warm broth, it makes me feel like somebody's giving me the biggest hug right now. Like the pesto really kicks it the off. Like with the tomato noodles, like, all right. I'm gassing myself, but I deserve it. It's mad good. Anyway, hopefully in this video you guys got some type of insights on my social anxiety and the levels to it, because there are hella levels to it. Hopefully with other people's responses to my question about depression and anxiety, it kind of shows you, like, first of all, you're not alone. Like, if you feel any ways that those people felt, then you know, like, people are out here really feeling like people are attacking them for feeling the ways that they feel. That was a lot of feeling. But also knowing that there are better ways to go about it. If you do have someone in your life who is going through this social anxiety or depression or anything like this that could really use some support and you're not really sure how to support them, just ask them. Figure out how you can support them by them telling you directly how you could. Whatever it is that keeps the relationship between you and other people healthy, that's my vote. But okay, I'm ready to tear this apart because, like, honestly, it's busting. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. But I really do appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my content and to chill with me and listen to me talk about my feelings. Trust me, I needed it. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button if you're still in the video. I have a newsletter where I dive really deep into these topics, so that's also going to be in the description box below. Don't forget to sign up, and I'm gonna see you guys when I see you guys. Can't reach it for a transition, so